Awesome. Recording started. Okay, I hope you can see my PowerPoint.
I can see.
Yeah. Okay. I just put it in the slideshow mode. I hope the slideshow mode is visible. Can you see it in the slideshow mode, Ajay?
No, I'm not. I'm just only seeing the the mode where we could
Okay.
see.
How about now?
Yeah, it is good now.
Yeah. Awesome, awesome. Just trying to figure out the sharing settings because we are first time using the Bevy virtual. Usually we host our events on Zoom. But yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. While we are figuring out the issue with the sharing, really appreciate that. So welcome everyone. Really awesome to see so many of you join our India Marketo virtual user group meeting. Uh, yeah, I hope you guys are doing awesome. Yeah. So we'll be having an event on new email editor. We'll be sharing all the awesome capabilities that the new email editor is having. And yeah, let's get started. We'll start with our introduction. I think most of you would know, but for those of you who are new to the chapter and who don't know us, hi everyone. This is Darshil Shah. I work as a senior consultant at Deloitte and parallelly pursuing my executive MBA at IIM Kozhikode. I am a three-time Marketo Engage champion, and I am also Experience Maker Awards winner, multiple time certified architect and certified expert. I'm pretty active in community as well, and I was also champion of the year 2022 and 2023. Love all things about Marketo, and I started my professional career with Marketo right out of the college. And yeah, I'm based out of Gandhinagar, Gujarat, which is in the western part of the India, as most of you would know. Yeah, I would like to invite Ajay to share this quick introduction as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Darshil. A perfect example of multitasker. This is what who you are. so, so,
Thank you so much, Ajay.
so hey everyone, thank you so much for joining our session. It is encouraging to see your participation. And my name is Ajay Sarpal. I'm based in Bangalore, Karnataka, India. I'm CEO of Unicorn Martech, and I'm six times Marketo and five times subject matter expert on Adobe Market Engage. And this title is given to those who mainly write certification exam questions. So I'm blessed to write certification exam questions from associate expert till architect level. I was also awarded Fearless 50 by Adobe. I'm seven times Marketo certified expert, and I'm also Marketo's champion of the year in 2020. So yeah, this is all about me, and really thrilled to be speaking about our new email editor along Darshil, and happy to see you all.
Yeah, amazing, Ajay. You are setting standards very high, to be honest. But yeah, yeah. So we'll get started in just a few minutes. But before that, as you know, we usually start with the housekeeping slides, some basic rules and regulations that we need to follow while on this Adobe user group meeting. So we'll just quickly cover that. So since this is a safe place, there like the self promotion or any kind of pitching is no, it's not like permitted. And of course, don't contact people outside of the user group meeting without their consent. And if user group members or the participants share any specific use cases that they are working on, please don't share that information without their consent anywhere outside. So this user group meeting is recorded, and I hope you would have seen our meeting recording being started notification. So if you do not wish to participate in a live recorded meeting, we would request you like mail you now, and you can anyway watch the recording that would be uploaded on our event page, and that would be the same page where you registered for this event, and we'll be uploading the recording at a later point in time. But yeah, if you are fine with the live recorded session, then of course you are most welcome to join the meeting and continue. And if you have any question regarding the India Virtual Market User Group or Adobe user group in general, feel free to send your questions or queries at our email addresses that are mentioned on the slide, and we'll of course be sharing the entire slide as well. And if you have any questions specifically for Adobe, you can also write them at Adobe at advocacy@adobe.com. So yeah, stay connected with our India VMark. So this is one of the this is I would say the only market user group that's pretty operational, and I would say consistent in delivering delivering and hosting the events, market specific events in India region as of now. There are a couple of more user groups as well, which is exciting. But yeah, we are one of the largest user groups by number as of now. So thank you so much for showering all the love and support through all these years. While Ajay and I have been working on, uh, curating the content and delivering these sessions alongside. So yeah, if you haven't joined the India Virtual Marketer User Group page, you can just log into our page and then you can join it. And once you join, you will be receiving all the communications that we would be sending along with the event details as and when we publish new events and host them. And some before we start, just would like to share some insights from the Adobe Summit that took place last month. It was a fantastic session. Unfortunately, unlike last year, I couldn't uh, go to Las Vegas. But so happy to see that Ajay went to the summit and delivered an awesome session there. So yeah, congratulations, Ajay. So happy you were there, and so happy to see you speak. If you would like to see Ajay's session and all the other sessions that were part of the Adobe Summit, you can log on to this particular link, and you can also scan this QR code to see all the recordings uploaded on the Adobe. But yeah, anything specific you would like to add here, Ajay? Since you
Yeah,
were,
means
yeah, yeah,
there would be many things that I would love to speak about Adobe Summit, especially the AI features that the Adobe Marketo Engage is adapting, the new BI functionality with Marketo Measure that is, along with RCE is going to get replaced with another
yep,
BI platform. So there are so many cool announcements that I'm really thrilled about. The new email editor, which we are going to speak about, is again icing on cake. But I actually
absolutely.
have a request for all the user group member. When myself initially started, just to apply for a champion program, I was having my own inhibitions whether I will be getting selected or not. And definitely speaking at Adobe Summit, uh, it was just like, oh my god, it is never going to happen in my entire lifespan. But I luckily applied for the champion program and then got selected. And once I got selected, there were so many opportunities that I got it. And my only humble request to you all would be that please apply for the champion program. We are here to guide you that what needs to be done to become a Marketo champion. And we are very optimistic, and with our experience I could say that it can definitely help you to to be seen as an industry leader within the Marketo or marketing automation or marketing operations area. Plus, you will get so many other benefits, so many other chances to get more visible. Plus, of course, it helps in career progression as well. So yeah, means I could speak a lot about Adobe Summit, but I would love to see more champions from India, and that's where my only request to you all would be that please apply for championship application this year. If you need any guidance that how you should become a champion, we myself and Darshil, we are all here to help you grow.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that you brought the topic, Ajay. So on top of that, I would also like to add that being a champion, it certainly opens a lot of doors, not just doors to many new opportunities and career progressions, but also internal doors with Adobe. So you can get to participate and have your voice, heard as well. Like get participate in alpha beta testing that a lot of things that Adobe folks are working and building on. So amazing opportunities get unlocked when you become a champion. So I highly encourage both us, and I highly encourage all of you to apply for the championship program. I think that would applications open in a couple of months, I would say. But yeah, we'll definitely post not do a post on LinkedIn once the applications are open. And uh, our doors are always open if you have any questions related to your champion application. If you're working on, you can just ping us on LinkedIn, and we'll be more than happy to guide you uh, with whatever help you need. Yeah. So, switching gears a bit, let's see some of the upcoming user group meetings. So, these are all the user group meetings that are scheduled as of now in the North America region in the month of April, May, and June. A lot of more meetings to be planned, I would say, in next few weeks in months of May and June. But these are the ones that are on the calendar right now. If you want to, join those meetings, you can scan the QR code and directly sign up for the events that you are interested in attending. And these are some of the user group meetings that are happening internationally outside of North America. So today is 9th April. We are having India virtual Marketo user group meeting. Uh, on April 15th, there onwards, there are also many other meetings that are happening. Again, more and more meetings would be planned and scheduled. These are the ones that are planned and added on the calendar. Again, you can RSVP to those events using the QR code on the right. Yeah. Uh, Similar to how we have the market to engage user group, we also have a new user group for Workfront. So it's Adobe Workfront user group. So if you are a Workfront practitioner of, or if you want to learn more about Workfront, it's an amazing tool. I think this would be one of the best places for you to learn Workfront and increase your expertise with the platform. So I highly encourage you all to visit the Workfront user group site and join the chapter of your interest. So a lot of people were asking us and many other user group leaders that they are having issues on in joining a chapter and then they're not getting notification. So we just added a slide on how to do that. So it's very simple process. You just need to visit the program site, that is mercs.marketo.com, and this is specific to Marketo user groups. For example, for other user groups like Workfront, there's a different URL, but for Marketo, you can go to mercs.marketo.com and then sign up for the sign up for the specific chapter that you are interested in. Could be India virtual market user group or any other chapter that you are interested in. And then once you are signed up, you can definitely go through the events that are scheduled or have happened in the past for that particular chapter. And for the ones that are scheduled, you can register, and the ones that are happened in the past, you can view the on demand recording as well as the presentation if it's uploaded. So yeah. And even after that, if you have any questions or issues, please feel free to email us or maybe send us a DM on the LinkedIn. Yeah. So yeah, I think that was all about the housekeeping. Let's get to the exciting part, the topic of the day. We are going to be discussing all about Marketo's new email editor. So I didn't want to, create a suspense kind of thing. The first slide that I wanted to add was about like how the new email editor is going to look and where it would be. We have, of course, a lot more exciting content slide discussing capabilities, etc. But I thought the first thing that we would discuss would be, where the email editor is and how it looks. So the new email editor is in the design studio, of course, with the other, like the older email editor and the other design related aspects of Marketo where they are. So you will see a new editor that's in front of the new email template and the new email editor, as you can see, and we have highlighted on the snapshot here. So this is the email template page. So on the right, you can see on the top right, you see a create template option. But if you go on the emails tab on the same page, you will be also seeing create a new email button similar to create template. And once you hit that, you will be getting a small dialog box that like you see on like at the center of the screen or at the center of the snapshot that says like the name of the email and the subject line. So here one of the major changes is that you are able to add the subject lines when you create the new email itself. So this is one of the key differentiators. Along with that, there are many differentiators and many streamlinings have been done compared to the uh, older email editor. So one of the important note here is that, and we'll be discussing this multiple times throughout the session, the IMS is required. So it's required that your Marketo Engage instance is migrated to the Adobe Identity Management system before you can access the new email editor. Unless that happens, you won't be able to see this new email editors. Yeah. So yeah. Uh, in line with the notes that we were discussing. So, of course, we also wanted to discuss some of the notes and some of the things that might be going on in your mind when you hear the new email editor, that what's happening with the old email editor. So, as of now, Marketo has no plans of deprecating the old email editor. Both the email editors are gonna be remaining active. Even if you switch to Adobe IMS, you'll be seeing new email editor and the existing old email editor in your instance. Old email editor is not going away as of now. So of course, as I said earlier, it requires the new email editor requires the Adobe IMS migration. And if that hasn't happened for your instance, it would probably happen soon, very soon, I would say. And if you want to, get if you want to get it done before your turn comes up, you can just contact your Adobe CMS, and I think they would be more than happy to bump you up, up your schedule so that the Adobe IMS migration happens uh, before, before it's scheduled for your instance. So again, editors operate separately. So emails created in the old editor will not auto transfer. And of course, to use the new features that we'll be discussing throughout this session, you would need to create the emails directly into the new email editor, or you would have to manually import them from the old email editor to the new email editor. And again, in order to use, like, the cool thing about new email editor is that there are a lot of gen AI capabilities that will be integrated seamlessly. So in order to use those, you need to it's required that you sign the Adobe gen AI terms. So, and of course, apart from that, all of these capabilities are packed and bundled into the new email editor, and you would be requiring the IMS migration for that. So just to showcase like how the old email editor used to look. So this is how it looks, and I'm sure you would have seen this email editor and the screen that I'm showing countless number of times. But just to put things in perspective, I want to show. We also wanted to show the old email editor to you, and this is the new email editor. So you can see there are a lot of changes, not just in terms of UI that has happened, but also in terms of usability. So a lot of items have, like, the all the controls were on the right. Now they have been shifted to left, and this isn't consistent with the Adobe's user experience that Adobe serves on Marketo Engage, as well as the other Adobe products. So you see there is there have been a lot of changes. You see some of the columns, some of the a lot of structures that have been pre-built added, so you don't have to uh, do coding or add HTML tables for doing that. You can just pull the structures right into the canvas and you're good to go with that structure. And again, the content is also there below the structure. If you want to add any specific content, like a button, text divider, or a custom HTML, you can do so with the content. So if you want to edit an email, you can select, go to a specific email, And then as soon as you click the email, a small window will open in the right pane. You can just hit the edit email content, and the new email editor with the email would be opening up. And as I was discussing the structures and content, so the entire new email editor has been divided into a total of three items. The first is the structures. So structures, essentially, as the name suggests, it builds up the structure of your email. Like, would you be having how many content module you'll be having of one raised to one column, then one raised to two column left. So a lot of these structures are predefined, and these are some of the widely used structures in the marketing uh, emails. And below structures you have content. So content specific items you can choose from there. And apart from these two, there's third thing that goes by the name of fragments. So we have a couple of slides discussing just about fragments. So yeah, so these three items essentially builds the new email editor, and the are at the core of the new email editor specifically. And uh, with the old email editor, you had to, like, if you want to disable the tracking, you had to go to that specific link and then disable the tracking. If you have like 10 links, you might have to do that 10 times. But with the new email editor, you can just uh, do that at one shot. If you do not want to track, you can do that for the entire email in one place. And one of the great things about the new email editor is that it has the drag and drop design. So basically, and it's very marketer friendly. So not all marketers know how to code, and not all marketers are good with the HTML and CSS. So we kind of know how, in our mind, we know how the email should be looking, what are different content modules it should be having, the layout, etc. But in order to do so, a lot of times, previously where we had to like code, like create a table, HTML table with so and so rows, with so and so columns, etc. But that might not be like everyone might not be well versed with that sort of HTML, that sort of CSS. So the new email editor, it's entirely drag and drop, kind of thing. It's drag and drop friendly. So it also has efficient authoring workflows. So you can accelerate your authoring workflows with templates. So there are a lot of templates, and we have specific slides where we are showcasing some of the built-in templates, and these are responsive templates that work seamlessly with across all the devices of all sizes. And of course, the personalization is built in. So Marketo is known for the its personalization ability. So yeah, you can personalize the content as you wish, based on the person attributes or any other attribute or any other conditions, using velocity script as you want. Yeah, just an snapshot of how the content specific modules will look. So yeah, so it, as it sounds, drag drop done. So yeah, that's how it is. So you drag the content, like you first create the structure of the email, you drag the right content pieces into respective structure, and you are done. And for each content, there's a lot of personalization capability as well. You can personalize the look and feel of each of the content module without even looking at the HTML or editing the HTML. So a lot more personalization items have been added, customization items have been added with the new email editor as compared to the older email editor. So yeah, requires, I would say, minimal to no HTML or CSS coding to build out an email you would want. Yeah, and as I was saying, a lot of out of the box ready to use email templates are already built in with the new email editor. And these email templates, they cover variety of email types. So could be operational email where there are lot less graphics. It could be a marketing email where there's a big hero image, or as such, different newsletter specific emails. So all of those different themes of email that marketers would want, all of those are like built in in the as available as ready to use email templates. Yeah, and I was discussing, briefly about fragments. So, fragments is one of the, building blocks of the new email editor. So you can compare it with the snippets. But I also have a slide where I'm discussing how fragments and snippets are different. But let's cover, what fragments are. So fragments are specifically unique combination of components. So as you can see on the center snapshots, top center snapshot, you can have a rough structure of your email defined. So you're gonna have a banner at the top, then you have a little blank space, then lead token and body copy. Similarly, you have a entire structure of the email defined, and that builds up your fragment. And this fragment, you can use this across multiple emails. So once you create a fragment, this is something that you can reuse and build your email out of these fragments very easily and very very quickly, I would say. And snippets is something that it's not supported in the new email editor, and fragments are a better version of snippets, I would say. And again, fragments are also available under Design Studio. So if you go to Design Studio, you will be seeing a fragments, and again, like a new message would be there next to the fragments, just so that you know that it is something in line with the new email editor. So yeah, this was the comparison that I was talking about in the previous slide. So snippet is supported in the current editor. I would say like old editor, and fragments is something that's supported in the new editor. So with the snippets, the one of the key challenges or the drawback is that it's static. So you cannot edit the snippet within an email. So you need to create a snippet outside of the email, and then when it's being added in the email, it's not editable. If you want to make changes, you need to make it the snippet level, and that would be reflected across all the emails that are using that snippet. But that's not the case with the fragment. So fragment is fully customizable within each email, and it supports flexible modular content blocks. So you can have a version of the fragment that's customized to a specific email, and that's different from the original fragment that you built. And at the same time, a different email using the same fragment would be having a different structure. And again, yeah, dynamic capabilities. The snippet can be used with the dynamic content, and on top of the fragments can also be used with the conditional content. And this is something that will be coming soon and added as the features. One of the capabilities to the new email editor in the next few months, I would say, in the coming releases. So yeah, that was a little bit of comparison with the fragments and snippets. So basically, fragments are better version of the snippets and are supported in the new email editor. Yeah, I would like to invite Ajay, to cover the next slides. Over to you, Ajay.
Thank you, Darshil. This is great.
Yeah,
One thing I want to tell you, I'm really excited about this feature, this new tool for email editing, because gone are those days when you were depending upon, for small tweaks, we need to work with the web developer. If there is a button, you want to make certain changes to it. You have designed an email and then it looks great in Gmail, but in Outlook, there is a gap and it is not coming aligned. And, those were the nightmares for someone who used to deal with email templates, and it used to take a lot of time, because to make an email template responsive on multiple devices, that takes a toll. And at times, it becomes a nightmare because there is no proper documentation for that what would be causing that specific issue. And there are a lot of trial and error to be done just to make these things properly responsive. So this editor is solving an issue of having a need of web developer every time for small tweaks, or maybe to build a template from scratch. That is something which anyone could do it. And the second thing which this tool is going to solve till some extent is not needing someone to who could actually write good content. So this is the beauty of this tool, that it comes along with AI assistant, and you can generate content and variations as well. So myself and Darshil, we were part of the beta testing, and then we tried our best, and we performed the testing in using various criterias, and the outcome was pretty impressive, very impressive. So the beauty of this new Marketo's email editor is that it comes along with AI assistant. You can generate content and variations. You can guide tone and strategy as well. And with tone and strategy, in the sense, if you want to make the content to be humorous or bit funny, or you want to make this content to be something about alarming about some changes within the product line or something, so you could easily fine tune the tone, and you can actually customize the email based on the lead life cycle of your prospect as well. And of course, you have the on brand content. Someone asking the question that, let's assume if they take any of the existing template, and then can they really tweak the color and all other stuff meeting their brand guidelines? The answer is yes. You need not to depend upon any of your web developer to do these tasks, because you will be self sufficient in doing it on your own. Next slide, please, Darshil. So writer's block. So what is that? So writer's block is that, whenever a writer is not getting the options, or maybe the points to write good content, and that's where generation AI is at your rescue. So if you see on the right hand side, which is actually highlighted in red square, um, rectangle, sorry, that's where you're going to actually key in the keywords, or the scenario. And when you hit on generate, Marketo is going to give you various options for different content. You can actually build the contents for one specific module, or you could actually build the content for the entire email. This is all possible. Next slide, Darshil. And yeah, means it is all about just writing what you wanted, like the way we do it in chat GPT, and then just click on generate, and then you will be getting the options here. And of course, you can also create images using Gen AI. So pretty much what uh, all the features that we have it on our chat GPT platform, you could do the same thing here as well, that you can create images using Gen AI. And I actually did that. And not just that, Darshil, I'm not sure whether you tried it or not. You could actually upload a PDF file to it,
Hmm.
and you could actually extract the images from that PDF file as well.
Yeah.
So let's assume if you have a case study, and you get a request from your VP of marketing or anyone that, hey, this is the case study that we would like to promote, and you would like to take the images from that PDF file, you could actually do that from the PDF file as well.
Yeah, and all of this is very nicely integrated within the email editor itself. So even if you have, even if you have been using AI, AI platforms in order to create your content, images, etc., there still goes a lot of effort in, like adding that content to the email. For example, if you are generating an image using, say, ChatGPT, or say Copilot, then you still need to ensure that the image, it's within the brand guidelines, it's within the, that specific size, dimension need that it needs to meet. Or if doesn't meet that, you need to, resize the image and probably work with your, creative team to do that. But that problem gets solved with this. Like, you just add a prompt, Marketer will generate the image the right size, and still be, meeting the tone and the AI settings that you will be, setting here. So yeah, it's very seamlessly integrated. That's the point that I wanted to make. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So create a subject line and variation using AI. So not only just the content or images, you could also generate the catchy subject line, which can actually help you to get a better open rate. So yeah, these all these things that you could easily achieve using the power of AI. Next slide, please. So AI settings. So within the text area, you have the AI setting like buying group. So you can actually define the message for the right buying group. You have the communication settings as well, that actually shows you the message should have the urgency, FOMO, fear of missing out kind of tone, social proofing, incentive, gamification, etc. So based on all these communication strategies, you could easily build um, the message using the AI settings, and you can set up the tone and all other cool stuff that I actually that I actually spoke in the previous slides.
Yeah.
Next slide, Darshil. So what are buying groups? So those are specific buying groups that you are targeting, like practitioner, influencer, decision maker. And these are mainly, if you break the job title by department and the positions, so these are mainly the positions where we are talking about influencer, decision maker, C level, that kind of a thing. And then other thing is marketing journey stage. So those stage, you could actually match it based on your lead life cycle stage as well. If you don't have a lead life cycle stage, then assume it like discover, evaluate, and commit. But just in case, if you have a proper lead life cycle defined, like unknown, engaged, and then MQL, and then uh, SQL, SAL, and then close one, and then cross sell and upsell for the existing customer, you can actually build your content for those specific stages. Then you can have your communication strategy. That is actually the objective of the communication, like it is urgent, social proof, or informative. And the best part, language. This can actually translate in the language in which you want the subject line to get generated. And of course, the tone is what you want the content to be generated for, like inspirational, exciting, humorous. And emojis, we all know the power of emojis whenever we are publishing any LinkedIn post. So emojis are great for B2B as well, but mostly for the B2C emails. uh, so yeah, you could actually generate emojis using the power of AI. Next slide, please. So email content locking. So what is content locking? Content locking is actually used when you have made certain places editable or non-editable, like the way we have it in our existing template. So let's assume if there is a header and footer, if you make them as email content locking, whoever is going to take that email template and build the new email, they will not be able to edit it. So this is what it meant. It means that you have the power of locking certain content. Maybe there is one um, body of one section or one module within the email which is full of text, but you don't want anyone to rewrite it. You could lock it only. Not everyone can actually will be able to rewrite or update it, but mainly the email content locking is used for, if I need to say share with you a use case, it is used for the header, the footer, the unsubscribe language, the copyright and all other stuff that we really don't want anyone else to edit it. So you have the option of locking the content within email template. You can lock it at various levels as well. And this helps in maintaining brand standards and governance. So next slide, please. So this is again showing the content locking, and it shows that how to enable the content edition and how to lock, make the content editable, etc. Next slide, please, Darshil. So the new features, or what to expect when. So very soon, we are expecting this tool to be used in default event and engagement program. Also, separation of template designer and email editing permissions, those will be launched soon. And later in Q2, uh, Adobe will be coming along with brand themes, backward compatibility, conditional content and handlebar, A/B testing, and Gen Studio integration as well. In Q3 and Q4, uh, this new email editor will be getting integrated with Litmus. And Litmus is all about how the email actually looks on various platforms, plus spam assassin. So spam assassin is actually going to be the email deliverability tool through which we can actually find out uh, where in the inbox our emails are going to land, and whether we have a very high spam score and how to get those addressed. And another thing which we are expecting in Q3 and Q4 is approval of workflows. And the beta Q2 image to HTML is also expected. I saw a glimpse of it in Adobe Summit, and I'm super excited for it, and not sure when we will be having this, but hopefully the beta should be available in Q2.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that image to HTML. It's like feels like revolutionizing feature. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Just design it, and then
yeah,
um, Marketo would do the magic.
yep,
So on top of that, this new email editor also empowers you with by showcasing warnings as well as error messages. All you need to do is sit on your top right hand side. Just in case if there is no opt-out link present in the email, you can get a warning for that. If the text version of the HTML is empty, you will get another warning for that. Email link is present, sorry, empty link is present in email body, you will get another warning for that. And the last one is my favorite: if the email size is exceeding the limit of 100 kb, it is again going to warn you for that, because the more heavier the email is, it is going to impact the email deliverability. So the last one I'm really excited about. Rest other, most of us who have experience of 2 to 3 years, we are very well aware of it. But what is actually the size of the email and how that is going to actually work with email, proper email deliverability best practices, this is what this tool can help us to know. The errors, if just in case the subject line is missing, it can flag that. And if the email version of the message is empty, that means there is no text and all, it can flag that as well. Next slide, Darshil. So the tips, so what are the tips, and what we should look for? So we need to have Adobe's IMS. This is a prerequisite. So like Darshil said, either you should have already received an email, or maybe you might be in the process of receiving an email for the IMS migration. But just in case, if you would like to fast track it, please reach out to your customer success manager, and hopefully the customer success manager would be able to fast track it for you. The another thing is that in the new email editor, if you are deleting an email template, it can't be undone, just like our existing email template of Marketo. And the another one is that using a table tag in the first layer in the HTML file can cause styling loss, including background and width in the top layer tag. And this is when you are using some sort of a custom code, but the first layer in the HTML comes with table. So in that scenario, you are going to lose it. Otherwise, it is going to work perfectly fine. You can only add images in the new designer, no other file type at this point of time. So unlike in Marketo, you can have multiple file types. As of now, you can only add the images. And adding unsubscribe option is not required for operational emails. HTML coding is not required. Good to have, but a person like me who struggles with HTML coding, it is really great. And changes made to a fragment will be updated in all emails using it. And the another one, no need to migrate your all old emails to the template. So yeah, so this is all about. And then Darshil, could you please move on to the next slide? So these are the frequently asked questions, because I know you all must be having multiple questions. There are many questions. I tried answering it when Darshil was speaking. So here we have added all those questions which can help you. And Darshil, please feel free to chime in just in
yeah.
case you want to share few things. And many of these are already might have covered by Darshil. So will the old email editor continue to function? If so, how long? So the answer is yes. The old classic email editor will coexist with the new email designer. Email created in the classic editor will remain. There is no date as to when the classic editor will be deprecated at this time, but it will continue to function throughout 2025. This is what that we are aware. Which programs can I use the new email designer emails in? So the new email designer emails are accessible across all programs, with the lone exception of interactive webinar program, and cloning is also available. Will our existing email templates work in the new designer? If not, do we need to create template using the new designer so that the selection module correspond to how we want our content to look? So the answer is that no, email templates from the classic editor cannot be referenced in the new designer. You will need to create new templates in the new designer. However, you can import template HTML into the new designer, then make necessary tweaks. We are always working on on a way to easily migrate templates from the classic editor to the new designer. This is what the product team suggested us. But one thing I want to tell you, unless and until you're creating a newsletter which is having more than 50 modules, it is very easy to create a new template or new email just from scratch. It is very easy. It is just like drag and drop. So it sounds challenging, as if it is going to be a lot of tasks, but it is not as much. And once you have one email created, all you need to do is just keep cloning it. That's it.
Yeah, and one
uh,
thing that I would like to add here is that Adobe, I think, what I feel like Adobe wants to keep the old email editor and new email editor separate. So at the later point in time, maybe few years down the line, if the users, like all the users, have shifted to the new email editor, then they might think of deprecating it. But as it's mentioned in the FAQ, they do not have any plans at this time. And again, if you have a lot of email template, of course you'll be having a lot of email templates and email assets that are of course referenced in the old email editor. Adobe is gonna uh, have an option, like they are working on a way so that all the users can easily migrate templates from the old email editor to the new designer. So I think that would be a game changer and be really useful for the like for the marketers. So yeah, for the transition.
Nice.
Yeah.
So is there a way to expanding like fonts, logo, and colors? So so this is the same thing which I said, that locking content sections are part of the new designer, and locking, styling, colors, etc. will be coming in later this year. So so yeah, you can precisely do it till some extent as of now, but you will be able to lock various other things as well in the near future. Will making modules for template be more customizable and scalable? So the answer is yes, absolutely more customizable with our WYSIWYG editor. And the another question was, how does the email template creation process work in the new designer? Is it WYSIWYG or does it require HTML knowledge? So it is completely WYSIWYG. Those who are new to WYSIWYG word, it is what you see is what you get. So HTML knowledge is not necessary. You can easily create templates in the designer, reducing the need for external web developers. And it is not just about the external web developer. If you ask anyone who is actually developing the old Marketo email template, you just ask them how much time it is going to take. They're going to say 1 month to 1.5 months, because this is something that which I usually deal with every other month, and I know how challenging it is. And it is not just only about designing it, then thereafter testing it on various other platforms. That is another nightmare altogether. So in totality, it takes 1.5 months altogether to build all the templates to get tested on various platforms and have those editable regions in place, which is now just drag and drop. Does the new email designer support AMP language? So the answer is no, it does not have support for the AMP at this time. I don't know who asked this. Maybe someone is using one of the competitive product, that because it is being used there.
Yeah.
Can assets be edited via API in the new email design? So assets being edited via API is not supported in the new email designer at this time, but hopefully in near future there is a possibility. The dynamic content by attribute is great, but does the dynamic content by segment still work? So the answer is currently the new designer only supports attributes, but we are working on getting segments added in future release. How can I tell if Marketo Engage subscription has been migrated to IMS, to Adobe Admin Console? So it is pretty simple. If you are logging through Adobe Admin Console, then it means your subscription is being migrated.
Hmm. Yeah.
That
I
means you
think
need not to enter your username and password. That means it is migrated.
I think eventually all the functionalities and the features that the old email editor is having in terms of referencing the like creating dynamic content using segmentation and segment membership and more. All of those would be available in like eventually would be available in the new email editor. And of course, new email editor is having a lot more capabilities, a lot more features than the old email editor. So without any doubt, new email editor is going to be pretty superior in terms of capability and usability. Uh, yeah, for all the users. So yeah, I think it's a game changer, I would say.
Agree, completely agree.
Yeah, I think we are now open for Q&A. We have some time left. Yeah, we wanted to ensure that we don't keep a lot of content in the slides so that we can get to hear from you, maybe about the user group meetings or maybe any specific questions that you have for the content that we covered today. So yeah, open to any questions you may have. Let me just go through the chat quickly. I couldn't see it because I was like sharing the screen and
I
all.
can speak, Darshil. There are many questions which people are asking. One among those is that can we use custom fonts?
I think, I mean, still HTML is, you can use HTML. So as long as they are supported with the HTML, you should be good. But the fonts that are available to use with the existing email editor, they are limited when you use the VisiBeg and the text editor. Yeah, but yeah, I think as long as it's supported in the HTML, you can use those.
So Akshat is actually asking that we have migrated to IMS, but we don't have access to the new email editor. Maybe work with your CSM once. What do
Yeah,
you think, Darshil?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, as long as you are on the new, like the IMS, you should see the option for the new email editor. Like if you go to Design Studio, you should be seeing email and email templates with the new editor next to it. But if you don't see it, I would definitely suggest you to, uh, talk with your CSM.
Yeah. And CSM is Customer Success Manager. If you don't know the name of the Customer Success Manager, reach out to support, and support will be able to share with you that this is the name of your Customer Success Manager. Any questions? I could see a few more questions, and this one is coming from Anil, and I'm certainly not knowing the answer for that, Darshil. So it is that I heard that we will be getting handlebar.js. Is it happening with new editor?
I am not sure about that as well, but something that you can check with the product team and let the folks know. But yeah,
Yep.
will
But
yeah, we can check with the product team.
yep. And you can actually create a support case as well, because unfortunately we don't have the answer for that. Sorry about that, Anil. And there is one question from Hema Prash. Um, and the question is, how does email scripting tokens work with the new email editor? Is it same as old version?
Yeah, I think so. It's same as the older version. So I personally haven't tried using email,
Velocity.
Velocity script tokens or email tokens with the new email editor. But yeah, it should, and I am pretty positive that even if they are not supported at this point in time, they would definitely be supported in the near future. I am pretty sure that. And pretty positive that Adobe is not going to remove the features from that are present in the old email editor while they are building out the new email editor. New email editor is going to be a superset of the when we talk about the capabilities in comparison with the old email editor. So velocity scripting is not going away there. I am sure about that.
So cool. I saw a question from Shreya, and I somehow missed it when I was just scrolling it. So I believe Shreya is asking whether the Gen I capabilities will be available for everyone.
Okay, so like, will it be part of the existing subscription or not?
Yeah, yeah. I actually
Yeah.
somehow missed it while scrolling it. So
Yeah,
my
I
bad.
think that's a good question. And to be very honest, I don't know the right answer to this because the instances that I have been using, our clients and the sandboxes that I'm part of, all of those are having the new email editor, and the Gen AI is kind of supported with that. But that doesn't mean that it would be supported in all the subscription. Again, this is something that we would have to check with the Adobe team, and we can, if we know, we can maybe after a couple of days we can do a post on LinkedIn answering the questions that we are going to be checking with the Adobe team. But yeah, I'll let me take a note of this question. Yeah, thanks for asking that question, Shreya.
And I'm looking for other questions as well.
Oh, I see one question. Does adding IMS impact the layout or features of our current instance? So, I no, I don't think adding IMS would impact the layout and features of your instance. It's just that the way you log in and way you manage your users, permissions, and even yeah, basically users and permissions and specifically roles that would be changing. You would have to do that from the Adobe's admin console instead of doing, in the previous version where you had to go to admin and then manage the users and roles. But now you would have to manage that in Adobe admin console. So I would say the user management is gonna change a bit with the IMS migration and the way you log in. I think that's the major change that we'll be seeing with the Adobe IMS migration. But apart from that too, uh, especially from a end user perspective and day to day things, I don't see any changes. But we have an awesome thread on the Marketing Nation community uh, where all the changes and all the questions to the related to Adobe IMS were discussed. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I just posted uh, dives recordings, the session for the IMS migration that was done uh, by our fellow champions a few days back. I would say a couple of months back. So I think there would be having a lot more information if you would want to watch the recording.
Cool. I believe we tried answering all the questions, Darshil.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and right on time.
right on time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
thank you so much everyone for joining this session. Your presence always makes our session great. So keep participating, and thank you so much for your help, your questions, and your encouragement. Appreciate your presence as always.
yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Super grateful for your support. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your week. See you again soon. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.